Hey friends, today let me tell you a story about a really bizarre case in urology. Grab a cup of coffee or a mug of tea and join me for urology story time. Now this story is set in the lovely country of France. Our main character is a 70-year-old woman who unfortunately just had a stroke and has ended up in a hospital. To paint a picture, she can't move and has something called aphasia, which limits her ability to talk. Very sad, unfortunately. Now, what's interesting is that 10 days after she had a urinary catheter placed. Now, if you don't know what a urinary catheter is, it's a tube that goes up your penis, into your bladder, or up your urethra if you're a female, into your bladder to help drain it. So 10 days after she has this catheter placed, her urine starts to turn purple. Now, this is a pretty unusual finding. In my 17 years of doing urology, I don't think I've ever come across this before. So it's pretty bizarre. Now, if you have any theories about why that might be, I'd be curious to hear them. Leave them down in the comments section below. So back to the story. They work her up and check out her urine. Her urine analysis looks like it's got something called leukocyte esterase, which is a byproduct of white blood cells, a marker for infection or inflammation. And it's also got a pH of 8.0. Now, if you remember from your high school chemistry days, neutral is 7.0, and things that are basic, like 8, is considered alkaline. So they've sent her urine off to be cultured, and it comes back and it grows out a bacteria called Klebsiella. Now, this is not an unusual bacteria for women to get. In fact, it's one of the most common type of bacteria that women get when they have a urinary tract infection. So what is going on here? Why does she have purple urine? It's thought to be caused by a chemical reaction by the bacteria in alkaline urine. In this case, tryptophan, an amino acid that sometimes you find in eating turkey sandwiches, gets converted into something called indole, which gets absorbed into the gut. That then gets absorbed into the bloodstream and gets turned into indoxyl sulfate. The indoxyl sulfate gets excreted into the urine, where some of the enzymes in the bacteria then turn it into indigo and indirubin. Now, indigo is blue and then indirubin is red. If you remember from elementary school days, blue and red make purple. It's not just the Klebsiella bacteria that does this, but it's also E. coli, Enterococcus, Pseudomonas, and Providencia. Now let's get back to the story. So what happens to Our Lady? Well, her urine pH eventually goes back to normal, and about 4 days later, the urine turns back to its normal color, yellow. Unfortunately for Our Lady, she never got any better. She continued to be half paralyzed and still couldn't communicate with people. Well, thanks for joining me today for Urology Story Time. If you want to read the whole article, I'll leave a link down in the description below. It's in the New England Journal of Medicine. Let me know what you thought down in the comment section below, and if you'd like to hear more bizarre stories in urology. All right, thanks guys. Have a great one.